I would tell you most people, whether you're fans, you cover this game, whatever, are like, Jayden Daniels is a guy. They gotta give me Jayden Daniels, we're gonna win Super Bowls. I think there's more people that have watched Jayden in, we're talking about 6 fourth quarter comebacks last year and going, I don't care what the situation is, give me Jayden Daniels, we'll win the football game. And I still believe that there's some people going, Jordan Love throws too many interceptions, he's a product of the offense, he's not that good, can't stay healthy, he's reckless with the football. Everyone's like, Jayden Daniels is ridiculous. Rightfully so. Jayden Daniels is ridiculous. So I think, national television, there's a lot of eyes on the Packers. They acquire Micah Parsons. Jayden accomplished what he did last year, greatest rookie season in the history of the NFL. People are like, all right, Jordan Love, what do you got? Because you were supposed to be the guy coming off of the huge contract in the Cowboys playoff win.
Well, I'm going to say this. The people that matter are the people within the building. And to Washington, Jayden Daniels is everything.
Sure.
Which is why Jayden Daniels has to have the bigger game. Jordan Love has the better roster. I believe Jordan Love has the better playmakers on the defensive side of the football. I think Jordan Love has a better arsenal of players offensively. Jordan Love is not going to have to do everything that Jayden Daniels has to do in order for the Washington Commanders to win. And I get it, right? If we're talking about like perception of player, I believe in Jayden Daniels more than I believe in probably every quarterback in the league but 4. Right? Jayden Daniels is that good. He was that transcendent as a rookie. He elevated this organization in a way that we haven't seen many rookies do. But what he has to do in order to prove that, you talk about 6 fourth quarter comebacks. You think about the way that even if they are getting pressure or this team can't run the football, who do they look to? They look to Jayden Daniels to fix it. It's not going to be Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Hey, we need to find a way to get you outside. We need to find a way to get you the ball so we can win. It's going to be, what can Jayden Daniels do to get us over this hump? What can Jayden Daniels do to bridge this deficiency? What can Jayden Daniels do to help our roster that's not as good as that roster find a way to be better than that roster on the scoreboard tonight? And so for me, that means he has to do more because he's asked to do more, and they only win when he does more.
I completely agree with RC. I mean, it comes down to Jayden Daniels. According to you, Dio, Green Bay has so much going for it. Whether Jordan Love is terrific or not, they could still be able to win this game. But without Jayden Daniels, what the hell are the Commanders going to do? So, usually I don't defer, and I don't sit up there and point to the excellence of one of our NFL experts and say that's it, because I always have something more to say. But in this particular instance, I'm going to defer to RC completely. He took all the words out of my mouth and then obviously added a level of expertise I'll never have. Congratulations, RC. This is your moment. Hold on.
I can't stand you, bro. I cannot stand you.
You got F1 in the background right now going on. It sounds like I'm waiting for
race.
Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney World.
Rock and Roller Coaster fire, though.
Yeah. But here, okay, so I think from like the football's perspective, I probably agree with you. Jayden's asked to do more. He's probably a little bit more of a dual threat.
Yeah.
But I just think from the conversation, the expectation, because everyone says this about Jordan Love. To a man, everyone's going to go, man, that young man's talented. I don't trust him with the football. That guy's he's got all the ability, careless with the ball.
So you're speaking more in the sense of belief, not necessarily who has to play a certain way as it pertains to who wins tonight, but as far as building belief, not only in himself outside of the building, the perception that he can be the guy, but also inside that building.
I just think okay, and I hate doing this game because sometimes it's annoying, but if you took Jayden Daniels and you put him on Green Bay, you'd take every single dollar that you had and bet on them to win the Super Bowl. Because the team, to your point, is good and Jayden is sensational. But I just think that there's still this asterisk next to Jordan Love of people think of that Rams interception when he's falling and launching the ball. I still believe that there's people that think he's going to be the reason that holds them back.
You know what? Why don't you stop? Why don't you stop? I just think people think it. You remember it? You remember it. You're thinking about it. That's why you brought it up. Don't put it on everybody else, Dio. Own it. You're thinking about that.
Hold on.
You're thinking about how he's come up small.
No. So Stephen A., if we asked you tonight, What quarterback do you trust more? What would be your answer? And
Jaden Love.
why?
Jaden McDaniels, I'm sorry. Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels.
And why?
He's a good hooper, Jaden McDaniels.
And why?
No. The reason why, honestly speaking, for me personally, fellas, the reason why I would say him is because I know that when all else fails, he can take off and make things happen with his legs. It's not to say that Jordan Love is incapable of that, but we don't see that much. Everything is about him throwing the football. And the reality is that sometimes he's absolutely fantastic at it and looks like the perfect successor to Aaron Rodgers and what he once was in Green Bay. And then there are other times where he looks like that Brett Favre, who was terrific and a Hall of Famer in his own right, but nevertheless was prone to being a bit risky and throwing interceptions. So, it's like pick your poison. With Jaden Daniels, we don't worry about that. We don't worry about that. I understand that.
Yeah, like
all I'm saying to you is that you think about it more because you know more. You're studying the film and you're talking about what the audience is thinking about, what the spectator is thinking about. And all I'm saying is you're thinking about it. So say
everyone.
It's you. It's not the fans. It's not spectators.
You just proved my point.
That's all I'm saying.
He absolutely just wants to make Dan own it, which I think Dan is owning it. But the point is,
that's all I'm asking.
It's not.
I don't think he is, but all right.
Like you're not wrong. When we look at these two players, I'm very comfortable with Jaden Daniels having the football in his hand in any clutch moment.
Right.
I'm very comfortable with Jaden Daniels having the football in his hand on the last drive, whether it's to go up, whether it's to tie, whether it's to win the game, or if it's just to protect the football
Rightfully so.
and end the game because of what we've seen from him, even in a short sample size. And now we've seen Jordan Love in some of those moments not protect the football. We've seen Jordan Love in some of those moments not make the right decision, not make the right play. And so as it pertains to where he is now, though, it's about making winning plays, right? It's not going to be about, let's look at the stat sheet. Let's see who did more, Jaden Daniels or Jordan Love. It's when the game was on the line, when it was third down, when we were in the red zone, when it was 2 minutes. What decisions does Jordan Love make, right? What throws does Jordan Love make? What sack, what throwaway, what smart play does he make? What time does he give the defense an opportunity to go win the game? Because we've seen Jaden Daniels do that all the time, and we've seen him go above and beyond what should be expected.
Exactly.
Dan, let's pick the game. Tell me who wins and why. It's tough.
I'm taking Green Bay. I think, one, being at home is a big deal. I think, two, because they have a game wrecker in Micah Parsons. And if they can get him on the field, and that's the thing that for everybody at home to pay attention to tonight is how much does he play, because Washington runs no-huddle offense more than anybody. And so if I'm Washington, I'm making him run sideline to sideline, trying to get him tired. I want to put him in conflict, similar to what like a Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts would have done. So that is a huge part of this game. I'm taking Green Bay because they're at home. I think Green Bay also offensively matches up decent against Washington's defense. They want to play man coverage. I think that's an advantage Green Bay with all the people they have to throw the football to. Great football game. If it was on the road, I'd probably take Washington. I'm taking Green Bay at home.
Yeah, I'm going with Green Bay for all of those reasons. But the thing I want to point out about this defense is what Green Bay didn't do was give up position for position to get Micah Parsons, right? You still have Lucas Van Ness, who was a first-round draft pick. You still have Rashawn Gary on the outside. When you gave up Kenny Clark, that makes somebody like Deontay Wyatt has to step up inside. Like that, he becomes more important. So if Micah Parsons can only still play half of the plays tonight, you still have top-tier talent at his position when he's off the field. And I think that's the one thing that when Green Bay was sort of constructing or putting together this trade and the pieces they were going to give away, I felt they were smart about that piece of it. It's going to allow Micah Parsons to ramp up, be prepared, have his cardio right for when it matters most. And even tonight, look for him to be big on third down. Look for him to be big in 2 minutes. Look for him to be big in the red zone. This dude had 4.5 sacks against Washington last year in 2 games.
Your home turf. You're at Lambeau Field. You're supposed to be the elite threat to the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. You better win this damn game. This is who you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to represent. I see that Washington re-signed McLaurin, and that's great. You got Debo, and that's great. We get all of that. But in the end, the better team from top to bottom is perceived as being the Green Bay Packers. On your home turf, week 2 of the NFL season, fresh off a big victory over the Detroit Lions in the opening game where you shut them down offensively. If you can do that to them, why shouldn't you be able to handle the Washington Commanders? That should be the belief. And that's why I say you go with Green Bay on their home turf tonight in this game. Because if they don't win this game, we're going to look at them with a raised eyebrow.
If Washington wins, this really adds to the legend of Jaden Daniels, in my opinion.
Yeah. This should be a fantastic football
And the
game.
intrigue in the NFC.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. Because I still have a little bit of trepidation on Washington if you're in that class, just because of how magical some of the stuff was last year. Can it be consistent? But I think if they win, that puts them very much so in that grouping with Green Bay and the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, another strong Thursday night football game. Looking forward to breaking it down tomorrow. You'll be here, right, RC?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, coming